Once a giant, always a giant. For me, it's only a giant.
So check it out. The D6 Squad has merch now. We got hoodies, tees, mugs, whatever you need. Check it out. Link in the description. On YouTube, Diggy546 back with another film session. And this is going to be Corey Davis. Now, there's been a lot of criticism about Corey Davis. Giants fans. Some Giants fans want him, some don't. Most don't. And they say they don't want him because he disappears, which I'll kind of cover as we go through this film session. But I thought that we would want to look at the games that, he disappeared in. But first, I'm going to show you some of the things that he does that I like this season. So Corey is going to come off the ball. He's going to run an inside route. And he's going to catch the ball pretty much in traffic. I mean, I like that he shows that he can catch the ball with his hands here. And he's going to come inside on this slant. And, while he's being contacted, he catches the ball. So I like that. I like that he can catch the ball while, people are hanging on him, because that's something that you need to do in the NFL. And that's especially something that you need to do if you're going to be playing in Jason Garrett's offense. So let's watch it from this angle. You're going to see him come off the screen and, just get the ball while he's got someone hanging on him. Basically pushes him off of him and catches it. And I think that's a decent play. And then this part of Corey Davis shows that he's a pretty smart player. I mean, when the Giants, for some reason, when Daniel Jones scrambles, most of the receivers on the Giants do not scramble with him. They do not try to get open with him, actively. I saw Dante Pettis do it, and that's inexcusable. We need guys that are going to consistently, run those scramble drills and get open. So he's going to run his route, and he's going to get to the outside, and he's not necessarily open, but he sees that his quarterback still has the ball, so he's like, okay, let me cut up the field. And at this point, he's just able to high point the football. Now, you might not be able to see it, but, I mean, you got two people in the air right here. He high pointed the football. And this is possible because he used his brain. I mean, it shouldn't be that hard, but you would be surprised that the people that do not, try to work with their quarterback. Used his brain, went up and got the ball. And I mean, that this play doesn't happen if he just stands right here. When he sees his quarterback running, he just stands here. Or, just stands there and just blankly stares at the quarterback. This doesn't happen. So, I mean, this is another nice play I like from him. So now I want to address the narrative that he disappears and he just gets shut down for games. I want to address it because there's partial truth to it and there's partial, not truth to it. But let's look at this particular play. Corey Davis is going to hit this corner with a double move, and he's going to, burn him completely. And he's just going to come off the ball, stop, start, and his separation right there. And it should be a touchdown. But Ryan Tannehill gets hit. This isn't, an underthrow, a clean underthrow by Tannehill. But Tannehill gets hit while he throws it, or he's fading back while he throws it. And he doesn't have enough. He doesn't have as good of an arm to be able to still make this throw. And, it just gets underthrown. So it's not necessarily the quarterback's fault or the receiver's fault. But I'll tell you, he has a walk-in touchdown here. Like, this is as easy a touchdown as you're going to get. And then there's other cases where he just simply doesn't get the ball. I mean, he just decided to throw it to someone else. As he comes off this football right here, as he, runs his route, he's going to run inside. This is Corey Davis right here, second man inside. It's kind of hard to see in the snow with their white jerseys. But he comes off and breaks inside, turns back towards the quarterback. And, I mean, this window would have been open. This window would have been open. I mean, this window here, if he continues here, if it's any kind of an option route and he sees that, the quarterback still has the ball, he probably continues here. So it's not like he's getting, strapped up and locked up. And, I mean, even if he was being locked up, the fact that this route is being here, it's kind of used to help get his teammates open. But Tannehill just squeezes it right in between those two people. And I don't know how that didn't get tipped or intercepted, but Corey Davis didn't really do anything wrong here. And then again, I mean, Corey Davis isn't doing anything wrong here. It's not like he's, getting strapped up. It's more of on this particular play you're going to see, he's basically been used as a decoy. So him at the top of the screen, he's just running that deep route to clear out for AJ Brown. They love to get AJ Brown in yak situations, and Tannehill is going for AJ Brown. He's going to throw it to him because these two routes clear things out for him. The tight end doesn't even look like he's looking for the ball. They're just both just running those streaks. Tannehill looks that way to pull those safeties back on those deep routes, and it just comes open for AJ Brown. So, I mean, is Corey Davis doing a bad job because he did his job of clearing out for AJ Brown? No. He did exactly what he was supposed to do. Every play isn't designed to go towards you. And when you have someone like AJ Brown on the team and you have Derrick Henry on the team, and I mean, you're only going to throw it so many times, there's just going to be games where you don't have big games. There's going to be games where you have no catches. And now I'm going to show you what I don't like about Corey Davis. Now, I think this Houston Texans game is a game where he had no catches. I showed you a play earlier where he was open for a touchdown and it just didn't get to him. For whatever reason, I mean, Tannehill was fading away. He just didn't get it. So he would have had at least about 30-something yards and a touchdown that game, but he didn't get it. But this is a play where this is inexcusable. You have to catch the football. Now, I like usually the way he catches the ball. He usually catches it with his hands. But this particular time, he just drops it. It's just a clean drop. So he's 84 at the bottom of the screen. They're motioning. I think that's the tight end up. And 84 at the bottom of the screen. He's going to run his route. And he's going to get open. Look at the separation. And he's just going to drop it. Because he tries to turn up the field with the football. And he doesn't secure the football. I mean, this is basic football fundamentals. You catch the ball, you secure it before you start running. And this is another game where he had 0 catches. And I would say this particular game, he really got locked up. I mean, most of the time he wasn't being locked up, but going against Humphrey and Marcus Peters, he had a tough time. He really did. And this is why I don't think he's that number one receiver. And he's definitely not the only answer if we end up signing him. But Corey Davis is at the bottom of your screen here. And he's going to run an out route. Kind of like a 10-yard out route. And because he kind of rounds this route out, it allows the corner to stay in the play. And you need a real strong arm quarterback to make this throw. So it makes it hard already. So as he runs this route, I'm going to show you. When he makes his break, he kind of rounds it out. Now, if he gets flatter on this route, right beyond that first down marker, if he can get flat, that gives a quarterback a much better target than if you round it out and you're still going upfield. Because at this point, this ball can be intercepted. It can be tipped away. You're not really giving your quarterback a clean target. And I mean, it just sails. Because there's no point in taking that chance. But if Corey Davis right here was able to be agile enough to flatten this route out, maybe he is, but I haven't really seen it. If he's able to be agile enough to flatten this out, that's going to look a lot better. And he probably converts that first down. And this play is just another play. He just completely is going to get locked up. 84 is at the top of your screen, Corey Davis. And he's just going to come off the ball. And, I mean, there's nothing going on there. First off, the Ravens, they did this to the Giants. The Ravens did this to the Giants wide receivers. They do this to a lot of wide receivers where they pretty much just have one safety high, send a blitz, and just play man across the board. So, to be honest with you, the Ravens are going to shut down a lot of people. But he was not able to create much separation against Marlon Humphreys. It was not working out for him. So, my thoughts on Corey Davis is he's a bona fide number 2 wide receiver. I don't think he's a high-end number 2 wide receiver, but he's a legit number 2 wide receiver. If we bring someone like Kenny Golladay in here, if he's competing with Darius Slayton, I think that's a job that will be interesting. And just the fact that it will be interesting shows that Corey Davis probably isn't the someone we should be really targeting because he's going to change lives in New York. But I will say he's caught a bad flat. He's caught a bad rap. For the games he had no catches in. One of the games he had no catches in, it was his first game back from the virus. And we've seen how that's affected people like Cam Newton, Graham Gano, Lamar Jackson. We've seen how it's affected people. So that's something that I'm not going to count against him. Now the rest of the games, this Ravens game, he got locked up. The Texans game, he just wasn't on the same page with his quarterback. His quarterback a couple times got hit. The ball, sailed a couple times. It was underthrown a couple times. But Corey Davis, I would say, is a legit number 2. And he could help the Giants. I mean, I wouldn't be against bringing him in. But definitely at the right price. And he's definitely not coming in here to be our number 1 wide receiver. So you guys let me know what you think of Corey Davis. Should we look at bringing him in? I mean, I think that he's underrated. I think he's really caught a bad rap and he's underrated. But you guys let me know what you think. So if you made it this deep into the video, I'm calling you a D6 Squad member. If you're a D6 Squad member, you got to hit that subscribe button. You got to turn on that notification bell. And listen, I make all kinds of content for NFL teams. So if you're not a Giants fan, don't worry. I'll cover your team. If I'm not covering your team, let me know. And have a good one.